Terranova. I have the sheer blissful joy to see you here every Saturday. And today I'm very excited because I have Carly with me. Carly from the Bay Area in California said yes to sitting here with me to express to all of you the miracles that popped up for her here at Rythmia. So, Carly, welcome.
Thank you.
Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody.
So tell me, and everyone, you're all in our living room. We're just having this conversation. So you got your Rythmia. Came by yourself?
I came by myself. Yeah.
First time here?
First time.
Okay. And tell us in this living room what got you here in whatever way you want to express that.
So I was given a diagnosis. I have MS. That was 2.5 years ago. And prior to that, I had a really deep spiritual practice with yoga, with meditation, with belief for 15, 16 years. I mean, very deep. And I think I started when I found out about this diagnosis, I kept my practices going. And then when a friend of mine passed away, I think I lost faith. And I lost faith in my spiritual practice. I lost faith in like the bigger healing idea. And I just started relying. I could see I had Western doctors and I had my Ayurvedic doctors. And I started to rely more on the Western doctors. And I think I need them both, but I just started pushing that other side away completely. And I rolled up my yoga mat and I put my tarot cards away and I just stopped. And I didn't even consciously stop, but all of a sudden this spring, I had to make a decision. It was my 50th birthday and my
happy birthday.
Thank you. And
when is it?
It already passed. It was in February. So
Beautiful.
I was trying to give myself something amazing and I didn't know what I wanted to do and I couldn't make a decision. Like I was so disconnected from my heart. I had no idea. I mean, I almost just canceled it completely. And my husband kept going, this is your big opportunity. Like, go to that Rythmia place you've been talking about. I'm like, no, it's too expensive. I can't go. And I had all these excuses. And I happened to get this travel grant from my school. And they said, well, what are you going to do? And I went, I'm going to go to Costa Rica. I mean, it just like literally like blurted it out. And I still didn't know this is where I was going to come. And I started looking at yoga retreats and they just weren't resonating because I've done a ton of yoga and I knew I needed something deeper.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
beautiful. Okay. What I love about that is for a birthday present. It's like, oh, here's a reason right here to do something that's the next expansion of what's next for you in life. So lovely that you came.
Yeah.
Now, when you arrived here and I asked you Tuesday morning, what was your intention to be here?
So I wanted to stop living my life from fear. I think with the diagnosis, I started closing in, shrinking, protecting my physical body so much, not believing, even though I'm actually fine, I'm great. My physical health is wonderful. So I should and can do all the things I was doing before the diagnosis. But I got so afraid. I started, really shrinking, really coming inside. And I think that made me kind of needy. I think that made me not a great mom. Really protective. And then like jealous of my family. It was they can do all the things and I can't do the things anymore.
But isn't that interesting how we create those stories? You said, I want to release fear. And we get a diagnosis and that diagnosis stops so much. And we always must care for ourselves with whatever diagnosis comes through. And if we stop in it, sometimes all those other elements that they fall to the wayside because we forget who we are.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this week, what did you discover about you?
Well, I just think it was interesting that when I was coming, I decided I would take a week to get here. So I would go travel around Costa Rica and kind of get my like mojo back. Like I can travel again and I can be on my own. And I started feeling that, goodness come in. And I kind of thought that was what I was going to be getting. I was going to get this sense of, I can do it. I can make a friend on the bus and I can do yoga again. And I thought it was starting to come. I told my husband I was feeling good. And then I got to Rythmia. So I sort of expected that was just a little bit more of what I'd already discovered last week. So, it was so much more.
Yeah.
So that was my intention, to get rid of fear and to start living from my heart again and making decisions from my heart and find my spiritual practice. So
Yes.
again, thought it was going to be just getting on the mat again.
Mhm.
What I found in ceremony on the first night, ayahuasca showed me that I kind of thought I knew everything about my spiritual practice and my spiritual life. Like, oh yeah, I've been there and done that. I had that in my head. I was walking around like, yeah, these people don't know. I know I've done lots of things, and I didn't get very far. I was like, oh, that wasn't really a great, experience yet.
Mhm.
I obviously need to ask a little bit deeper, like what's holding me back?
Mhm.
Why am I stuck there?
Mhm.
So I was able to ask and received a lot of love from the universe on my second experience. And I could just feel my heart opening up. I could feel my body opening up. And I think I needed that. I think I needed, before other experiences happened, I think I just needed that love, that unconditional love from the universe, so that I could go even deeper. Yeah, exactly.
To let go of fear, we have to trust.
So I started trusting that there was even unconditional love again, and that unconditional love was healing. So I started feeling that second night, that love was coming in, and I started to heal. I don't know if my MS was healing, but I felt my heart heal. And and I felt it. I'm not just seeing it or thinking it's happening. I was feeling the healing through my body. So that was amazing. And then I thought, you know what? I did it. I did this in 2 nights. I'm healed. I'm loving again.
I know.
Rest. I can see this thread where I'm like, yep, check. I got it. But I guess I didn't really solve where that fear had come from. And the fear actually wasn't a fear of the MS. It's actually a fear that I was abandoned by the universe, that I was completely cut adrift and things weren't fair, and I was alone. And I certainly feel that with this diagnosis, that aloneness, when I'm in the MRI machine or looking at some of my medical papers, like, as loving as my family is, I have felt completely alone. And I think that abandonment by the universe. And so it was a very hard feeling to recognize that I felt that alone. And I cried a lot of tears, and Rythmia was so amazing. I actually asked for help when I needed help.
Good job.
Yeah, that was hard. I was wandering around by myself, like in the morning on Wednesday, and just like, I'm alone, and I'm still alone. And then I thought, you know what? Everybody keeps saying, ask for help. So I asked for help, and it was amazing. There's so many glorious people here.
Yeah. We mean it when we say ask for help.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful.
Amazing. Yeah. And I was, protected in 2 ways here. Physically, I was worried. Is my MS coming? Whoa, I have a headache, and what's happening? And so I went to the medical office and protected that way, reassured, you're fine.
So you still were, I don't mean to interrupt you, but please. I love that you're still doing both.
Yeah.
You're still looking at, there's room. I mean, how often in our world do we forget? It's not just one way or the other.
Yeah.
When you mix and really honor your body temple with Western medicine, honor your body temple with New Thought Ageless Wisdom medicine, then you come together and have a divine healing that's beyond what either pathway could have known. Yeah. Which is what you were doing.
And it was almost like I was just checking the physical side too. Like, are we good? Are we good? Sure. Okay, great. Now we need to deal with the sadness. Yeah. Like the real true sadness that I felt. And think about abandonment in my life, and other times I have felt abandoned. I think in this case by the universe that I had this diagnosis, but that obviously touched on other abandonments in my life.
And you took that into the last 2 nights?
Then it was the very, very last night. And I had a lot of time during the day. I mean, we have a lot of things going on here, but I had some time to think about that abandonment, and was it really abandonment, and what really had gone on in my life. So I had time to journal and kind of process that feeling. And so then when I went into ceremony on the last night, I was worried. I was worried that feeling would come up. I was so kind of petrified. Like, I don't want to deal with that again. I don't want to see that again. But you guys
Yeah.
keep saying what is coming is going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, it came. I'm just going to really trust
Yes.
that it is going. I dealt
Yes.
with it. I cried over it. I release. So let's just hope it's off it goes. And luckily that is exactly what happened. So I did not have to feel that abandonment again. I had an amazing night the last night. So really connecting with that universal energy and that universal love that is healing.
Mm-hmm.
I started out feeling a little disassociated from it. I could see it. It was like around me. I knew that healing love was there, but I wasn't quite connecting to it. And so I asked, the source or Mother Nature, like, I was kind of like, well, where are we going to go now? What are you going to do for me? I was kind of in that place of victim again. Like, I want to go somewhere else. I want to do some more healing, and you're not giving it to me. And she literally said to me, rely on yourself. I was like, well, what? Rely on myself?
What does that mean?
I know. But it clicked. I looked around in my mind and immediately realized I was in charge. I could take myself where I needed to go. She was with me. I was her. We were merged together. We could do the healing. We could keep going. And then it turned into this, amazing healing. It felt like for hours, but just this like healing light and love coursing through my body. And it was gorgeous. I just lay there just in complete merging acceptance for what felt like forever, which was incredible. Which was really, beyond. It was full creation too. It was seeing the birth of my daughter, being birthed myself, knowing, like, just feeling that energy up and down my body through my channel, that I knew it was divine. It was divine healing. And it was me. And it was her. It was all in one.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
So
incredible.
is fear still hanging around?
So what I realized during that time is that I was co-creating with her, that if we're co-creating this universe together and I have input, I don't need to be afraid.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So your remembrance, because you've been practicing for years, that you're always co-creating, got reignited here. Can I say that?
Yes, absolutely.
And in that, you moved, what I heard is you moved out of any sense of victim back to, wait a second, I get to do this with you?
Yeah.
We forget that so often. We think either something happened to me and I don't have the power to do anything with it, or this is too big. Who am I in it? But every single one of us are co-creating and have that ability at any moment.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I can see that. And how beautiful to know. What's life going to be now? Like when you go home and with your family, with your students, what's life going to be now with that knowing?
So, it's just kind of an interesting time in my life because I'm 50, my son's going to college. And I have
how many children?
2. So I have one still at home.
Okay.
But I think I was having this kind of doom and gloom feeling about the next portion of my life. I'm old. I don't have my son with me anymore. It's over, just real fatalistic. And I wasn't seeing this next portion of my life as exciting, just as exciting, more exciting. And so to be able to make that shift to co-creation, when I thought of this co-creation idea, and you talked about it as manifestation. I was thinking about it in terms of just my husband and I, like, let's co-create. Like, what do we want in this next portion of our life? And I don't know the answers yet, but I'm so excited because it feels exciting. It feels possible. There's so much ahead of me. Why was I thinking that this was it?
I don't want to interrupt you, and 50's not old.
No, I know.
It's like this is just the beginning.
I know.
But the thinking of how we all, our own perceptions, like, oh, that means this. My children are leaving. That means this. I'm hearing you just like kind of blew that out to what's possible now.
Yeah.
You get to live in that.
And I'm so excited to get to make decisions based on love and excitement. Not, we're always grappling with, are we staying in the Bay Area? Are we staying in these jobs? And I think we come at it from a place of the head, which is like, well, we could sell this, or we could, these jobs are really good, or, but when I start thinking about building a life from my heart, and
Yeah.
making changes. I don't know yet, but it's exciting.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
What other parts of Rhythmia did you feel like supported you
Yeah.
on your growth besides in ceremony?
I was so impressed with the way that Rythmia has planned every single moment. You know, I mean, there's a couple moments you can go sit by the pool or do, you know, have a little like freedom, but it was incredibly impressive last night. We started with a breath work on Saturday, and then yesterday we had like a closing ceremony breath work. And I mean, every sentence has been thought of, every musical choice.
Yeah.
And it's been thought of to bring you into different moments, up and
Yes.
down and through. And I notice it all, and thank you so much to everybody. It's
so
incredible.
Good.
Yeah.
That's our intention, to make sure that the journey you are upon continues to unfold, whether you're in class, whether you're eating lunch, whether you're in breath work, whether you're in yoga, that every piece, and it's a miracle in itself. Yeah. But very intentional miracle.
It definitely does feel sort of like divine.
Yeah.
Yes. It must be, because all the details have been thought of.
And to know, where did this person come from and that person? How does this mix so darn well? Yeah, it is divine. Yeah. Just like you are. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I'm changed. I'm happy. It's I know that my family's going to feel it too. And
everyone in your life is going to feel it.
Yeah.
Your family and the ripple onward. Yeah. Everyone you work with, all the children that are blessed by you. Yeah. Thank you for.
Absolutely.
How gorgeous. Okay, could you just answer this one question? Sorry, I get like very interested. I know you're in our living room, but this woman's completely intoxicating in all that's occurred for her. Tell us, if anyone's on the fence, like, I think I want to go to Rythmia, but I'm not quite sure. What would you say to them?
I think if you're ready for true transformation, and that can look so many different ways, and you don't know what that looks like, and you don't need to know what that looks like. You just know that you're ready to change, make a big change in your life, and you're ready to stop old patterns. If you're ready for that, then there's nothing stopping you. Just come, just get here.
There you go. Carly came as a birthday invitation. So whatever yours is, whether it's transformation, healing, expansion, release fear, whatever it is, there's more than enough space here for all that to occur. And we welcome you to Rythmia. I welcome you. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And thank you all for joining us every week. I love to be right here, and I'll see you in class. Who knows? If you get here, I'll see you in class. All right. Have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you.
We're going to be walking through raindrops today because it's a beautiful rainy day. Ciao.